I like entertainers. I like good films, and you like now I've learned to like anthologies. I've learned to like long format films.
At the beginning of the pandemic, guess that it is going to be a long haul, and we should come up with something that supports the people of our industry.
It's a new experience for us to work with nine different stories, nine different directors, nine set of actors.
Manisa and Jayendra, welcome on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
Manisa, you've been making films for a really long time now. Many a times people have said that your films have a lot of artistic appeal in them. I'm sure that many a times it must have been a tough task for you to maybe get into the commercial world, maybe the industry demands at times. When it comes to the OTT platform, there is no Damocles sword of a Friday when one has to sell tickets. Do you find that liberating in a way as an artist?
You have a story to say. It really boils down to that. And the struggle is to say it as well as you can. And once it moves from a theater to an streaming platform, maybe the profile of the people who are watching it could change. But still, the struggle of telling a story effectively, telling a story truthfully, and being able to connect with people who are watching it is still the same. So in a way it's changed, but in another way it has not changed at all.
All right, but many a times there are those because a lot of your films they've had a huge canvas, and a few of the filmmakers at times they have voiced their opinion that there are songs that have to be incorporated at times because of market compulsions and requirements. So I'm saying from that perspective, do you feel that maybe it's a bit liberating that you can make a good story the way you want to without having any of the
No, I've never felt that I was compelled to do anything. It was just what I like. I like entertainers. I like good films, and you like. Now I've learned to like anthologies. I've learned to like long format films. So it is liberating that you can choose which way you want to go, and within that you are free any which way.
Mr. Jayendra, please tell us something about the wonderful cause that you guys are espousing. I believe that this is for the cine workers in Tamil Nadu who have been afflicted by the pandemic. Could you please give us a few more details, please?
I think the cinema industry has been the worst affected during the pandemic in terms of they went without work for a very, very long time. And I think it is one of the industries where there is a very large workforce, and that large workforce, when it goes without work, can be a very troublesome life. So Mani and me, we were at the beginning of the pandemic, guess that it is going to be a long haul, and we should come up with something that supports the people of our industry. And Navarasa was born out of that desire to support the industry. And we are happy that the industry came together, the leading directors, actors, everybody came together to work pro bono for Navarasa to create this anthology that has come in the right time to support the industry.
Manisa, some of the biggest actors and some of the finest directors, they're coming together. How was the experience of just collaborating with these artists?
First, I think we should thank all of them because they've really gone out of the way to be a part of this project and work for it and tried their best and put in everything into it. I think, and it's a new experience for us to work with nine different stories, nine different directors, nine set of actors. But it's been to collaborate with other filmmakers is so much easy. So where you can say and what you can say and give them enough rope to do the way they want to do also. So that balance was nice, was exciting. And all of us knew that it was for a specific purpose. And within that, we wanted to do our very best. I wanted to make sure that each film would stand on its own.
Arvind Swami became huge with Roja. Now he's making his debut as a director with Navarasa.
Yeah.
Tell us, what did you think was exciting in his story? That
I think all actors, in a way, are filmmakers. Some of them manage to take that step across if they care to. The rest don't. But each one of them is, in whichever form, trying to tell a story. And Arvind, I think, has been thinking in terms of making films for a bit. So now this was the opportunity for him to take a shot at it. And I think he's done, given his everything to it. And it would be a complete surprise to see what he has done. Very different from what you and I would probably think that he will do. And he's done it brilliantly.
right. And another one of your protege, A.R.Rahman, is part of the project as well.
A.R.Rahman is a world icon. He's not my prodigy. He's an icon. So, I mean, he was, I think that's anyone from the industry we could call and ask for this film, and we'd probably get an answer, yes. And Rahman was the easiest of them. We just had to make a call, and he was ready to do whatever was required. So it was good to have him on board.
So, Mr. Jayendra, if you can please let us know how was the entire shooting process like? When is it that you guys shot for these various films, and how was the entire process like in terms of locations? Was it in Tamil Nadu, or was it shot outside as well of Tamil Nadu?
I think this entire production was done during the first wave and after the first wave, before the second wave of the COVID. So luckily we got away with a period which was not as severe as the second wave of COVID in India. But at the same time, we had to make sure every precaution was taken to shoot. We started by telling all the directors, try to keep your crew sizes small. But somewhere along the line, when there is a balance between what you want to create and what you creativity on one side and safety on the other, so you have to play a balance between these two and still maintain a crew that was of reasonable size for them to get their whatever they conceived on screen. So I think everybody went about it with absolute passion, and we have to say that we managed this entire production online, and it was great working with all the 9 directors and their crew to make all this happen. We had great executive producers in Wide Angle Creations who were managing the production. Suresh, Balaji, George Fairs, and Aditi managing the executive side of the production. So it was good, and it was exciting.
Okay, in terms of locations, what are the locations that you?
Everybody shot mostly in Tamil Nadu. Mostly in Tamil Nadu, yeah.
Mostly in Tamil Nadu. All right. Okay. All right. And Manisha, how's the process and the entire experience of collaborating with various directors and actors? I'm sure it must have been a very different experience from what you've been experiencing for 40 years now.
It's a completely different experience because you have the responsibility, but you don't have the burden. So it was exciting to work with 9 different people with 9 different kind of ideas and the way they approach a film and things like that. So it was, in a way, a good learning experience to know how much to hold back and how much to give in, and make sure that the product comes out, as well as it can.
So various rasas have been tackled in these 9 rasas have been tackled in this anthology. It is so and it's so amazing that you are helming it in terms of putting it together, because it is so fascinating that as a director you've never been bracketed in terms of that he makes one sort of cinema, maybe like say horror or like say period films or historicals. You've made all sorts of films, and basically you've been celebrated as a storyteller. How important is this epithet for you of being a storyteller, a communicator?
I think that's what we all do. I mean, that's why we are making films, to have stories that you can tell and tell it effectively. So I think they've been masters who have done only one kind of films and done extremely well for over a long time. And the rest who tried all kinds of films and tried to keep themselves fresh. So, I mean, this Navarasa kind of represents that, in the sense there are 9 different directors with completely different kinds of stories, different stratas, different, genres the film fits into. And still, it all has one honesty to it. And that's what binds it together.